Hello everyone, welcome back to the next class. So good to see a couple of new people before, so welcome back. I hope you enjoyed today's class. So as promised from the previous class this week, there's going to be a couple of exercises which actually focus on balance, and there are some changes. So we've got 4 new exercises. So before we get going with the warm-up, I'm just going to quickly run through the new ones that you didn't see on Monday. So the first up for these is effectively a balance exercise. And that balance exercise is going to be what is called a hip abductor. So for this, you're going to be standing on one leg, moving one leg out to the side. And the key to it is to try and keep the leg that is moving, hovering off the ground at all times. And then once you've done that side, in the next round, we're going to do exactly the same. So again, try to keep that foot moving off the ground, slightly hovering off all the time. Don't worry if it touches the ground, you'll get used to it. But you are basically stimulating the brain as your body's beginning to feel as though it might trip, and that will enhance your powers of balance. After that, the next new one, something called a lateral raise. If you've not done these before, it's another shoulder exercise. You might remember last time around we did front raises. This is exercising similar muscles but in the same way. This one is important to keep your arms mirroring one another. One side of your body is normally stronger than the other. If you find yourself sort of doing this, please don't. Just keep your arms going up to the same height that they can be mirroring each other on either side. And that way you will keep good form and you will avoid potentially straining any muscles. So after lateral raises, the next new one is another balance one. So it's basically a variation on a calf raise. A calf raise is simply pushing yourself up into the balls of your feet and lowering back down. This one is onto the balls of your feet, rocking backwards slightly onto your heels. You can do it with or without the weight. If you're holding the weight, then you're giving your calves a bit of a workout as well. So again, the rocking motion again is stimulating your brain to think that you might be tripping. So this is a nice one to enhance your powers of balance. And if you're holding the weight as you're pushing up into the balls of your feet, you're also working your calf muscles. So, yeah, 2 for the price of 1. What's not to love? Now, the final extra one for this time, we didn't do before, is something called a standing chest press. For that, you will need a single weight. You're going to hold it and squeeze it between the palms of your hands. You'll find when you push inwards, you'll feel it in your pec muscles, your chest muscles, and you're simply going to push it forwards and bring it back. So from the side, that's what it looks like. Okay, now, this one might look relatively easy. When you do it in practice, I'm sure you'll find that it's not. And again, if you're new to exercise, you can just keep the movement fairly restricted, just go out as far as you feel comfortable, and basically over a period of time, work out and up to being able to extend the arms out as fully as possible. That is new, but of course, going to start with a warm-up. My routines always start with a warm-up. We have the main part of the routine and a nice cool down. So 3 specific sections, all of which are important. So for starting with your warm-up, I just want to simply start with your neck, looking to the left and to the right. And again, just keep those movements nice and smooth. You might hear a little crackle in your neck. That's just a natural process, nothing to worry about. Now, staying with your neck, next, you're taking your head from side to side, just so your ears are coming down towards the top of your shoulder. And again, you keep that movement nice and smooth. And again, you might hear the body crackle, do not worry about it. It's just a natural process as you warm your neck up. So again, just to finish up with your neck, I just want you to go forward and back up to the ceiling. And again, nice gentle movements. And then you're done. Right, next up, let's do our shoulders. So some nice big circles going back. And then bring the same thing forwards. Nice large circles using your arms to maximum effect. And then after this one, fold your arms towards the front. You're going to twist around to either side. Again, keep the movement fairly smooth. You just bring your spine up a little bit. So again, keep it gentle, keep it smooth. Nice little twist around to either side. Now, next up, arms out to your side. What I want you to do is just reach from one side to the other. It's working a little bit on your lower back here. All your bones down your lower back there don't really move very much, but this will just limber it up a little bit. And again, you're just trying to reach as though you're touching from an imaginary wall on either side. Okay, there you go, well done. Now, moving on to your hips, you can just put your hands on your hips. So nice large circles in each direction, all in one to start with. That's the point where my knees usually crackle. Run out of WD-40, so apologies, we'll take it out. Oh dear. Right, so it's the same thing back in the opposite direction. Again, placing your hands on your hips just helps keep a nice direction. And again, if you hear your knees creak, do not worry. Okay, right, so still staying on your hips. Now, all you want you to do is transfer the weight from one foot to the other. So as you do that, your hips are just going to naturally move sideways. Again, we've got plenty of leg work going on today, so as always, the warm-up is an important part of every routine. If you're doing exercise down the gym and stuff, please always do a warm-up first. Our bodies get a little bit less forgiving as we get a little bit older. Mine constantly reminds me of that fact. And that's despite the fact that I'm a personal trainer. So please do warm up. It really is one of the best ways of protecting yourself against injuries, straining muscles when you're doing your main workout. Right, so finally, for the warm-up, we're going to do a few squats. So for that, I want you to place your feet a bit wider than the shoulders. I want you to keep your feet pointing out slightly. You can use your hands as a counterbalance in front of you. You can look directly ahead. And again, you can just squat down. Now, if you've ever had any problems, then keep those squats reasonably shallow. If at any point you ever feel any pain doing squats, please stop immediately. I do not advocate ever working through pain. You can reset, pause, and then just try and move it a little bit shallower and see whether that's okay. Right, so So before we get started, make sure you have plenty of fluids available. Always keep hydrated. There is a break at each round for 30 seconds. But if at any point during the class you feel thirsty, please just stop, take a drink, rejoin the class. It's always important to keep hydrated. It is a HIIT class, so you will be perspiring. This is the object of the game. So quickly, in brief, right, we've got press-ups, we did those before. Then we've got those new ones, hip abductors. We've got lovely lateral raises, then we've got bicep curls, we did those before, upright blows, we did those before. We've again got those new rocking calf raises, bit of balance work, bit of work for your calf. Figures of 8, you'll remember those. Then we've got the standing chest press, which is new, goblet squats, and then we'll finish with lovely sit down stand-ups. So, I hope you are ready. And then final chance for a quick drink. Otherwise, we'll start with press-ups. Now remember, you've got 4 options: against the wall, against the counter, 2 versions on the floor. We're going to start in 3, 2, 1. So, I'm going to keep it against the wall. So remember, placing your hands just slightly wider than your shoulders gives you a nice, comfortable full range of movement when doing press-up. If you're doing it against the wall, you do not need to end up with your nose squashed against the wall, but just bring your face very close to it. Same thing with the counter. And of course, if you're doing the versions on the floor, the full version is a standard press-up. That's the hardest one. And if you want to work up to that, then just resting on your knees is a good way for you to do a pre-step for building up to the full Monty. So well done. That's the first round press-up, by the way. So now it's hip abductors. It's that balance work. So you're standing on one leg, you're moving one leg out to the side, you're moving the leg, you're going to try and keep hovering. So 3, 2, 1, here we go. So now this is doing balance as well, but just remember your muscles at the side here, these hip abductors, they need exercise as well. So again, 2 for the price of 1. Exercising your hip abductors, you are practicing your balance. Balance, and if you do things like Pilates or yoga, then you already are covering off balance work, particularly if you're doing 1 or 2 classes of those per week. If you don't, then it's important that you try and do some balance exercises at least twice a week. The guidelines don't tell you how many minutes to do it, but I suggest at least 10 minutes each time would be pretty good. So, are you ready to do the other side? Here we go. 3, 2, 1. So, leg out to the side, the leg that's moving. When you bring it back in, you are trying to keep it slightly hovering off the ground. And you all the way through whilst talking. You know, men, they're pretty much impossible at multitasking, so doing exercise and talking at the same time pushes my capabilities to the limit. And there you go, proof of when foot touch the ground. So after hip abductors, it's going to be choosing dumbbells. We're going to do that new one, which is lateral raises for your shoulders. So get ready to grab both those dumbbells. There you go, that's the buzzer. 15 seconds rest. So remember, lateral raises, feet shoulder width apart. Dumbbells, when you come up, keep that mirror image in the movement. 3, 2, 1. So, we've done front raises before, that was done on Monday. These are probably a little bit harder. I like a bit of progression. You might hear that word quite a lot when we start working out together. So, again, if at any point, as I say, generally you'll always have, if you're right-handed, your right side will naturally be stronger. If you're left-handed, your left-handed will be stronger. So whichever is your weakest side, and if that's only as high as you can go, then just make sure you mirror it even with the stronger side. So there you go, well done. Right, after those, we've got bicep curls. Again, we've got 2 options for these. Both arms together, that's the full-on one. Alternating arms will do half the workload. We'll start those. 3, 2, 1. So, again, you're going to go for the maximum range of movement. So, arms right up to the top, open right up to the bottom. You're going to watch those elbows. You're going to try and keep them as though they're pinned firmly to your sides. And if you keep that, then that means your biceps are going to be doing all of the work, which is very desirable. Again, if you want to make it just a little bit easier, alternate those arms. Again, keep nice focus on your elbows. Keep them nice and stable. And again, you're still going to have a full range of movement, so right up to the top, right down to the bottom. There you go, bicep curls. Done, dusted. Now, same with both, upright rows. Important to check your posture for the start of this one. Be nice and upright, push those shoulders back, knuckles pointing towards the ground. And you are set to go in 3, 2, 1. So, bring your hands up right through the line, lowering back down. Now remember, that gravity is always your enemy. So control is everything with these, particularly on the way down. Don't let your arms just drop down. You're missing out 30% of the fun. We wouldn't want that, would we? Yes, I'm here to motivate you. So, doing well. Good to see everybody again as well. And a couple of people that weren't here on Monday. Lovely to see you. So, hope everything with you is good. After these, okay, we've got that new one. Those rocking calf raises. So it's a variation on a calf raise. You're going up into the balls and then you're rocking slightly back onto your heels. You can do it with or without the weight. 3, 2, 1. So rocking up, getting back onto your heels. And again, so the general idea between this is that it registers in your brain that signals are being sent up. You're being a little bit unstable, and that's the instability in the body. It sends signals to the brain saying, oops, I'm in danger of falling over. And your body then primes itself to avoid that. Balance is like everything else. If you don't practice it, there's a danger of us losing it. And I'm very keen on reducing any risk to the force. So from now on, I'll always include sets of balance exercises in at least one of the routines each week. So after these, what have we got now? We've got lovely figures of 8. Again, this is your core, you also work out your shoulders. So your feet are shoulder width apart, you're going to keep your arms out as long as possible and you're drawing nice large big round figures of 8. From the side, this is what it looks like. And if you need to make it a little bit easier, you can bring your hands a bit closer to your body. Again, this is one of those exercises that, at face value, looks relatively easy. I'm sure you will agree with me, it is surprisingly involved. But the longer you keep your arms out, the more work it's doing on your abs. Well done. So after you've got standing chest press, remember, single dumbbell, flared hands, squeezing it between the palms, Your pecs are now engaged, you're ready to go. And in 3, 2, 1, you're going to push that forward, bring it back, bring it out. Now, the key to this is to try and keep the inward pressure going. I know that gets a little bit harder the further your hands get away from your body. From the side, this is what it looks like. Okay? And of course, if you're finding it getting too hard to keep that bit of inward pressure, then you can just restrict the movement and go out only as far as you want or feel comfortable with. And again, like you want to really build up to the fact you're pushing it forward, bringing it back in. Okay, well done. Not easy to do. So, now after this, we've got goblet squats. We did those before. So if we've got the squats, again, feet a bit wider than the shoulders, pointing out slightly. We're squatting down, look directly ahead. Hold that weight firmly in front. Here we go. 3, 2, 1. So, squeezing down. Push your right arm above your head. And again, if you've ever had any knee problems or you are new to my class, then keep those squats fairly shallow. I do not advocate ever working through only keeping your knees. If you're more advanced or regular gym goer, you will always go deeper with those squats, and you will find that you'll be feeling in your quads, or basically your thighs, and also your glutes, which is your backside. So great for strengthening, great for toning as well. And of course, pushing it above your heads, well, you end up using all of your major joints. So just to finish the round, of course, sit down, stand up. So if you're going to do a sit down, stand up, you can do another set of squats. Just remember, feet just wider than your shoulders. Otherwise, well, it's cardio time. 3, 2, 1. So, again, as I promised, this is a regular feature of the class. I like this. It's a compound exercise. And by that, I mean we're using multiple muscles. So in here, particularly, I'm sure you already know, sort of your lower body, calves, your hamstrings, quads, your glutes, at a reasonable pace as well. This is a great cardio workout. Now remember, Gauss classes are HIIT classes. High intensity interval training. I'm trying to leave you slightly out of breath and a little bit sweaty. If not, next round, let's push ourselves a bit further. Okay, right, look, pause. Take up some juice. How are you doing? Well, I've been watching some particularly good form from people on goblet squats. Well done. Nice to see people going down very low with them. So we're going to start round 2 with press ups again. Remember, you've got the 4 options. I'm going to stick to the one by the wall. Are you ready? 3, 2, 1. So as always, you can place your hands slightly wider than your shoulders. If you're going against the wall, your face does not end up squashing onto the wall. Just go close to it. Same thing against the countertop or a table, and also on the floor. So remember, the floor versions, resting on your knees is the 3rd harder, and the 4th, and the hardest one is the full standard press up position. Now, after this, a few more seconds here. Well done, it's time to go back to my little balance work. So it's those hip abductors. One leg, and then you're moving the other out to the side. The leg that's moving, you're going to keep trying hovering off the ground. So, are you ready? Here we go. 3, 2, 1. So, again, I like this one because it's, well, you are exercising muscles on the outside of your head, which is always good. And again, because the body is beginning to feel a little bit unstable, that's triggering those nice responses, and your brain is saying, oi, I think I might fall over here, so I better be careful. So as I say, balance exercise is important to do them at least twice a week. And so if you do my class, then try and either do them by yourself, or if you've got Pilates or a yoga class, those are really good too. And you know, the more you do, the better you'll be. So, same thing on the side. 3, 2, 1. Here we go. Start with my classes. Across the 2 classes each week, I am covering off flexibility. We've got plenty of strength, which is balance. So, what we're doing now, strength, because we incorporate weights, and also, obviously, it's a HIIT class. It's making you aerobically stronger as well. So, you know, I am covering all 4 bases. So, I like to keep my classes progressive. I don't believe that our ages should be a limiting factor. I like to constantly be at war with Mother Nature and my birth certificate. Right, so after here we've got lateral raises, so back to both dumbbells. Remember, keeping your arms as a mirror image as they go up. You start in 3, 2, 1. Start using your shoulders. You can feel your shoulders kind of. Again, good one for posture. Be nice and upright. Abs nice and tight. And again, just be conscious that one side of your body will be stronger than the other. So just make sure that you don't end up in this kind of scenario. Just keep it mirrored because we want to avoid any potential muscle strain. So, safety is always important, which is why we have that warm-up, why we have that cool-down, and why I constantly talk during my class to give you tips. So there you go, well done. And again, I can see some nice form there, so that's good to see. So stay with both of these lovely dumbbells. You've got bicep curls. You've got 2 options, both arms together, slightly easier, alternate arms. So are you ready? Here we go, 3, 2, 1. So let's start with the arms together version. And again, just focus on your elbows. Just imagine that they're pinned to your side. And then with that full range of movement to the top, to the bottom, you're really going to feel this in your biceps. If you need to make it a little bit easier, there's no problem with that. Just keep yourself paced. And alternate your arms. Again, focusing on form, make sure that your arms come right up to the top, right down to the bottom. The elbows are nice and pinned by your side. And then obviously you can do the 2 arms together. Well done. Again, good. Very good form going on there. Right, so what we've got now, upright rows. Another one of my favourites. So really check the posture, push those shoulders back. Remember, knuckles pointing towards the ground. Here we go. 3, 2, 1. So your hands are travelling up through your midline and finishing, well, in the front of your chest really, and below your chin. And again, you'll be feeling this in your arms and your shoulders naturally, but I also want you to make sure you're feeling it in your upper back. And again, if you don't, 2 reasons for this potentially, you might need heavier weights, you might be stronger than you think, or your posture isn't quite right. So just reset yourself, stand up straight, push your shoulders back, restart the exercise. Okay, cool. But everybody's pretty much perfect there too. So well done. Now we have got that rocking one. So you're going up to the balls of your feet. 3, 2, 1, up, and then rock back a little bit, and then back up again. And again, you have the choice of doing this with or without the weight. If you're doing it with the weight, you're working out and strengthening your calf muscles. So again, common feature of my classes is it's a full body workout. So every part of you might ache in the next couple of days, and that will be a good sign. Trust me. Well done. Okay, so after this, back to doing figures of 8. Now remember, figures of 8 is another one for your posture. Be nice and upright. Again, make sure your feet are a good shoulder width apart, and you're going to keep your arms out in front as long as possible. So I'll stand to the side so you can see. So here we go. So those figures of 8, just keep focus on those. What I want you to do is make sure that you're drawing those big round figures of 8. You can, as I said, if you're feeling a little bit too much, bring those hands a little bit closer to your body. Again, still focus on the figures of 8. Make sure they're nice big and round. But the further your arms away from your body, the harder it is, obviously. But you are working your abs, and of course, this figure of 8 motion is really keeping your shoulders nice and flexible and strong. So after that, a little standing chest press. Again, that's the one that looks fairly easy, but we know it's slightly more complicated. So between the palms of your hands, keep those hands flared. Pressure inwards. 3, 2, 1. You're pushing it forward to maintaining that bit of inward pressure. Let me show you what that looks like from the side. So there you go. And again, particularly as you go away, try and keep that inward pressure. I know it is not easy. But if you keep that inward pressure, that means your pec muscles are nicely engaged, and you're also working the backs of your arms, which are your triceps. If you need to make it a little bit easier, then don't go out quite as far. But again, it's Jack's HIIT class, so try and push yourself. So by now, how are you doing? Are you slightly out of breath? Yes. Are you feeling a little bit constipated? If you are, well done, good effort. So we've now got goblet squats. Feet again, a bit wide in the shoulders, pointing out slightly. And weight firmly in front. 3, 2, 1. As you squat down, looking directly ahead, then you're pushing above your head. Your body's got about 650 muscles. Guess what? We're using about 500, maybe even 550 of them, and all of your major joints. So you can see why this might be my favourite exercise, because you're using pretty much all of your body. I hope you agree with me. You will get fed up of hearing this from me, but there you go, I'm a personal trainer. There you go, I can't talk about the weather, but I'm sure you're not really here for that. Well done. Right, nearly the end of the round. You've got sit down stand-ups, or you do another set of squats. So again, squats, feet get that bit wider. Use your hands to counterbalance, squat down, looking directly ahead. The full Monty version, 3, 2, 1. Sit down stand-up. Again, I don't want to back this one, but again, it's really practical. Because just think of the number of times during the course of a single day, getting in and out of here, getting in and out of the chair, getting in and out of the car. Plus, at a reasonable pace, well, you get a nice cardio workout as well. So, this is a big favourite of mine. It's very toned as well for your legs and your bums. So it's a approaching this summer. Nothing wrong with get your beach fully ready today. Okay, well done. 2 down. We are, I think, at the halfway point. Stopping the session. So you've got half a minute rest. Grab a drink. How are you doing? Now, remember, got any questions about the class? Please feel free to drop me an email afterwards, or about anything in general, exercise and nutrition. So, we'll be starting the third round. Guess what? With press ups. Remember, hands just a bit wide from your shoulder. Are you ready? We're going to start in 5 seconds. Starting session. Here we go. 3, 2, 1. Press ups. And again, your hands are placed just a bit wider than your shoulders. Against the wall, your face just comes down towards it. It doesn't need to touch it. Same thing with the kitchen counter and, in fact, any other position. More advanced ones are the ones on the floor, resting on your knees, or the full standing position. So I don't get a house shot, I'm just going on the wall. Well done. Okay, we are winning. Keep it going. Now, we've got hip abductors. It's a bit of balance work. In many ways, it's a little easier because there's not so much cardio. Remember, leg out to the side, hovering at all times. 3, 2, 1. So, yeah. So balance work is important. I do it at the gym. Some of the guys that think I'm just down there to do weight training occasionally look at me almost quizzically, but no, it's important. It's like anything else. If you don't use it, you end up losing it, and it is an important part of the routine. So, as I say, 1 class each week will have some balance exercises in it. And I would encourage you to do it at least by yourself, at least 1 other time during the week. Right, so same thing other side. You're standing on one leg, your legs moving out to the side. You're going to try and keep the moving leg hovering off the ground as it comes back. Here we go. 3, 2, 1. So, again, nice to see you some new faces again. Sorry for the pause in comms, as you know. I only have moved house, but I've moved countries, and that proved a little bit more challenging than I was expecting. There you go. Pleased to say now all settled, and I'm now very much focused on getting back to being what I love doing, which is being a personal trainer. So keep this going. After what have we got next? We've got lateral raises. So it's back to using both dumbbells. Cool. So your shoulder exercises. So again, you're going to stand your feet shoulder width apart. You want to be nice and upright. You want to check those abs And remember, keep those arms mirrored. And here we go. 3, 2, 1, where we go. So, again, if you're right-handed, your right side is usually stronger. If you're left-handed like me, your left side is stronger. So that means with an exercise like this, there is a tendency for your more dominant side to want to go higher. So for me, that would be like this. So, but it is important for you to keep this exercise mirrored. So only go up as high as you can with your less dominant side. And that way you will greatly reduce the risk of straining any muscles. Cool, there we go. That's right, so safety first, as always. Next up, still with left dumbbells, you've got bicep curls. Remember, you've got 2 options, both arms together. Slightly easier, you can alternate your arms. Are you ready? 3, 2, 1, stand bicep curls again. Focus on those lovely elbows of yours. Imagine you just got a pin and it's stuck by your sides. And then that way, your biceps are doing all the work. And plus, if you want to make it a little bit easier, you can do this, but don't make sure when your hand comes up, it goes up as high as possible, you extend it as low as possible. So that's the fullest range of movement. And again, whether you're doing it one at a time or both together, you're just trying to keep those elbows nice and stable so that your biceps are doing all of the work. Well done. And again, I can see some very good form going. That's good to see. So on these, still staying with both. You've got upright rows, so that's for your back, with your shoulders and your arms. How are you feeling? Feel a bit out of breath yet? Come on. Give me a little bit more then. Here we go. 3, 2, 1. So again, hands up through your midline. Those weights are finishing pretty much just in front of your chest, up towards going underneath your chin. Elbows naturally come out to the side. And again, this is all about posture. So if you're not feeling it in your upper back, just check your posture. Stand up straight. Push your shoulders back. Restart the exercise. And again, this is always nicely controlled, particularly on the way down. A bit more gravity to doing any of the work. Why would you want to miss out on 30% of the fun? Okay, right, so next up, back to that rocking calf raise. So remember, you can do it without the weight. You're going to start by pushing yourself up onto the balls of your feet. Here we go, 3, 2, 1. So up onto the balls, rocking a little bit backwards. And again, so with the weight in your hand, you should feel it when you're going up onto the balls of your feet, you will feel it really in your calf muscles. So nice strong calf muscles are a good thing. And again, that rocking motion going backwards, well, again, that's just sending a signal to your brain saying, hang on a minute, I'm feeling a little bit unbalanced here. And again, that will enhance your body's response in everyday life or use a trip. It's a good thing. Right, so after that, what have we got now? Oh, figures of 8. My Gav's favourite, I love these. Remember, feet shoulder width apart, be nice and upright, keep it out nice and tight. And 3, 2, 1, with the arms out, stretched in front. You're drawing nice big round figures of 8. So again, that nice big figure of 8 motion is really, your shoulders are an amazing piece of evolution in terms of how they are constructed. And this is a great way of maintaining the maximum flexibility, adding a bit of strength as well. But you're also working your abs, and particularly the further your arms, hands are away from your body, the more you will feel it here. So, yeah, I like this one. I like this one a lot. Okay, so standing chest press. Again, single weight. Hands are flared. You're holding the weight between your palms. You're squeezing inwards, and then you are good to go. 3, 2, 1. So, how are you doing now? If you know, I said I keep these classes for free for the month of May, so if you know anybody that you would like to invite, just ask them to drop me an email. You've got my email address, and I'll happily add them to the list. They're welcome to join us in the class. So, feel free to invite them, even to pop around and share the pain with your hands. Right, this is what it looks from the side. And again, you're just pushing forward. Nicely done. Okay, so standing chin stretch. You've got goblet squats. So remember, for that placement of your feet is a bit wider than your shoulders, and your feet are pointing out slightly. When you're squatting down, you're looking directly ahead. That weight in front of your chest. 3, 2, 1. So I love this. So for if you have any history of trouble with your knees, then just keep the squat part relatively shallow. If you are more advanced or you're regular exercise, then you can go quite deep with these, and you will feel it more in your thighs, basically your quads, also your glutes, backside. So strengthen and tone. And of course, pushing it above your head, working at shoulders. Well done. Okay, so last bit for the round. So another set of squats. Legs are already doing the work today. Sit down, stand ups. My other favourite. So are you ready? 3, 2, 1. Here we go. So again, looking for a relatively brisk pace. I like to use my arms as I move up. And again, as you push up, again, squeeze your glutes, which is your bum. Just for a little bit of extra. And again, it's a compound exercise, so you are using all of your lower body, bit of your core, and again, it's a great bit of cardio as well. So, hopefully by now your arm feeling slightly out of breath, your arm feeling slightly out of breath. Well done. 3 down, grab a drink, you've got 30 seconds to recover. And then we've got one more round left. Look at that. Cool. So, slight change. I've got an appointment on Monday, so I'm going to run the class on this coming Saturday at 11 AM. I'll email out a video. I'll put a note when I email this out, but just for this week I have to change the class. So, okay, we are doing press ups. Here's the last round. Okay, so again, for press ups, placement of the hands a bit wider than the shoulders. And again, this is the last round. So how are you feeling? Have I got you to the point of being slightly out of breath? If the answer to that is yes, then well done. Good effort, and keep it going. If you haven't quite reached that point, well, it's the last round. So come on, let's just give it a little bit extra and see what we can do by the end. So, right, that's the half the list. Hip abductors next. Remember, it's balance work. Leg out to the side. Try and keep it hovering off the ground if at all possible throughout the movement. We're going to start those in 3, 2, 1. Try again. I can't tell you how nice it is to be back into the routines of being a personal trainer again. I have missed what I do. It makes me smile every day that I get out of bed, which is, I know, a little bit sad. Of all the things I've ever done in my life, doing this has brought me, well, it helps keep me fit for one thing, but I love working with and helping other people get and keep fit too. So I hope that always comes across when I'm holding my classes. Right, so same thing on the other side. Again, you're just taking your leg out to the side and you're bringing it back in. You're trying to keep off the ground. It's trying to promote your powers of balance. And here we go. Ready in 3, 2, 1. Leg out to the side. When it brings back in, you are keeping it hovering slightly. And again, you are working your hip abductor muscles as well. So it's not all about balance. You are strengthening muscles as well, but it's also improving your powers of balance. And as I said, it's important to practice that a couple of times a week. So I'll cover it off in one of my classes. But if you feel like venturing out to other things, I would recommend yoga or Pilates. That would also be a great way of helping you with your balance. Right, so after your hip abductions, back to the weights. Last set of lateral raises. Remember, feet shoulder width apart, starting in 3, 2, 1, and again. Important to make sure that you keep your arms pretty much mirrored. You can see that my, yeah. Okay, so, and again, another one for your posture, always thinking about being nice and upright, keeping your abs tight through the movement as well. And again, This is a good one for your shoulder exercises, your deltoids in particular. And there's a variation on what we did with front raises, which is on the Monday class. There we go. Well done. That's those off the list. Next up, still staying with dumbbells, we've got the bicep curls. So remember, you've got the two options. Both arms together, it's the full on, alternate arms. A little bit easier, half the workload. 3, 2, 1. Okay, so if we've got any pockets of energy left, what do we have? Come on, let's use it. Leftover energy is a waste at the end of the exercise class. I wouldn't be doing my job. I want you to feel a little bit tired. Because, have a nice shower, a nice cuppa afterwards, and put your feet up. But for now, come on, let's focus. Final push through the class. A few more exercises to do. Do the biceps curls, and as I say, if you need to make it easier, you can alternate your arms, but again, just keep focused on your elbows, keep them nice and stable. Right, still staying with the two dumbbells. It's upright row, so knuckles pointing towards the ground. Checking your posture at the start, and you're pushing your shoulders back. You're set. Are you ready? 3, 2, 1. So hands up, traveling up through the midline. The weights finishing just in front of your chest, really. Going towards underneath your chin. Elbows naturally come out to the side. And again, it's nice and control up, also on the way down. I was talking about gravity, don't let that do the work for you. Ooh, I hate it when you miss out on 30% of the fun. I know, mean, aren't I? Right, so what have we got after this? We have got those rocking calf raises. So a little bit of balance work, a little bit of work for your calves coming up. Just the one dumbbell. So remember, push it up onto your ballsy feet, you're rocking back. And then if you're holding the weight in front, you're giving it a little bit extra for your calf muscles. So 3, 2, 1. Here we go, up, rock back, hold that weight. So, I've had one person asked about types of weights. If you're a sort of beginner, for women, I would recommend that your weight of your dumbbells is probably anywhere between 1 kilogram and 3 kilograms. If you're a man, then generally speaking, you should be a little bit physically stronger. So I would recommend anywhere from between 3 and 5 kilograms. And it's always a good idea. After that, see, we've got of 8 coming up. Progression is to gradually increase the weights over time. So wherever you start with 1 kilogram, then 2, then 3, and here we go. So here we go. Figures of 8. So again, feet shoulder width apart, your abs nice and tight, you keep your arms out as long as you can in front. Again, feel it as if getting a bit too much, working too hard today, as if you can bring your hands a bit closer to your chest. But again, just focus on how you are drawing those figures of 8, because if you get really perfect form with them, you are giving your shoulders a lovely workout, plus your abs as well. And again, this is a favourite of mine. And the further your arms away from your body, the tighter your abs will become. Right, we've got 3 left to do. How did that happen? We've now got standing chest press. So, flared hands, that way, held firmly between the palms, squeeze inwards. You are good to go. 3, 2, 1. So, yes, that's pretty good. So, if you are starting out, for women, I recommend dumbbells anywhere between 1 and 3 kilograms, and for men, anywhere between 3 and 5. The ones I'm holding are 5. And again, it's all about progression. So as you feel as though it's becoming easier, then that will be time to invest in a new set of dumbbells. I will send out reminders to do just that, because fitness is a journey, it never really ends. So we've now got goblet squats. Feet, again, a bit wider than shoulders, pointing out slightly, that weight held firmly in front of your chest. Here we go, 3, 2, 1. So those weights are guidelines. Some people are naturally stronger than others, so whatever you feel comfortable with. But the general idea, if the weight isn't providing you and pushing you and making you feel like it's at least got some degree of difficulty, then it is too light for you. So whilst those weights numbers are a guideline. Your body will tell you what is right for you. And if it's not providing you with resistance, then it's time to go up a weight. Simple as that. Cool. Right. How about these are your favourite words? Last exercise coming up. You've either got a set of squats or it's your final go for sit down, stand up. Here we go. 3, 2, 1. So as always, got any general questions about what we're doing after that? Health, fitness, nutrition in general. Always more to help. And again, always happy for you to invite other friends and family to join us in the class as well. Just simply get them to drop me an email. So, keep it going. We are nearly there. Let's go for a final first. Nearly there. 4 plus seconds. Got 3 more seconds. And you are done. Well done. Well done indeed. I see you going for it as well. So that is good to see. So, take a little pause, grab a little drink, then we will do a little stretch out. And then whatever's left of you and the rest of your day is entirely yours. So I hope you enjoyed the class. I certainly enjoyed doing them. And it's nice to see 1 or 2 people that won't hit all night there. So take care. Right, so always important to cool down. We want to bring the body back down pretty much to its starting point. So start. Well, one arm across the front of your body with the hand. Put it in nice and tightly to your chest. Hold it for 10 seconds. You're going to stretch out your shoulders here. Now, you don't need to tell me that your shoulders have just done an awful lot of work. Those goblet squats, the lateral raises in particular, and the figures of 8. You're over here. So, and then same thing on the other side. Just hold your arm across the front of the body and go ahead, putting it nice and tightly, stretching out your shoulders. And again, we will cover off every muscle that we've used in this post-workout stretch. And again, these are the types of stretches that we've done at home, particularly at the start of your day. And if you do them pretty much on a daily basis, trust me, your body will love you. Okay, now next up, hand behind the back of your shoulder. You can, with the other hand, push. Most people will pull, and you're stretching out the backs of your arms here. So again, if you think about the press-ups that you've just done, and the standing chest presses, you use your triceps, which is basically the backs of your arms. Now we're stretching those out. So well done. Now, same thing back to the other side. Push back. Now just, oops, ignore that buzzer. Yeah, now it's complete. My little app has a mind of its own quite often. Okay, so after this one, we're going to stretch out your chest. So for that, hands on the base of your back, and then push your shoulders right back, and then holding it for 10. So just a reminder, I'm replacing next Monday's class with a class on this coming Saturday at 11 AM UK time, midday Spanish time, because I have a hospital appointment for exciting, we're going for a scan. I think they're looking to see what else I have in the brain. Who knows? I'll let you know on the following Thursday. Okay, right, so after this one, we're going to stretch out your upper back for that. Bring both hands to the front, link them together, drop your head and shoulders forward, push your hands away from your body, and again, hold for 10 seconds. And again, you're stretching out your upper back. That's mainly your trapezius muscle, which is that big kite-shaped muscle, and also a bit for your shoulders as well. Good stretch this one. Cool. Right, and now I'm going to stretch out your obliques. So for that, hand up nice and high above your head. Now I want you to lean across to the other side. Feel a nice big stretch all the way down here. And again, we're going to hold this for 10. Another one of my favourites. And then simply swap the other side. So again, hand up high above your head. Lean right across to the other side. Feel that lovely big stretch. And then after this, we've got 2 more stretches, and then I'm going to show you a bonus one. Somebody has asked me what they can do so they occasionally get some lower back pain. So there's going to be an additional stretch that I will show you what to do, and you'll need your dining chair for it. Good, right, so also, we're going to stretch out your quads. So again, this is one that you can practice your balance. I want you to hold a foot in your hand and put it into your body. Now, if you want to check your balance, you can put your hands outside, but you can see if you've got the chair right next to you, just in case you do feel as though you're going to fall, you can hold the chair. If you want to go for a bit of an extra stretch after a few seconds, just pull that foot in a nice little bit tighter, and you will feel that stretch right at the front of your thigh. And after all of those lovely sit-down stand-ups, this is the perfect end of those. Well done. Right, same thing, other side. Okay, same thing. Holding your foot in your hand, pulling it in nice and tightly. If you want to check the powers of your balance, hold your hand, as I say, but it's always good to do this either standing next to the wall or having a chair close by, just in case. Safety is always first. Cool. Right, so then hamstrings. That'll be the bone stretch. So your hamstrings, one leg straight out to the front, with the bend one behind, and want to reach forward as far as you can go, then hold it for 10 seconds. You're going to feel that stretch right at the back, top part of your leg. Very good stretch, this one. Albeit, it always feels slightly uncomfortable. Okay. Right, and then just to finish off, we standard routine, same leg to the front, bend the one behind, reach down as far as you can go, get to the point where you can't get any further, holding for 10. And just a reminder, there's going to be a little extra one at the end. Cool, and then you can release. Right, so that little bone stretch, so you can see. So this really is to help stretching out the side of your bum, but it's very good for your lower back. I occasionally get sciatica, and this helps. So what you're going to do is you're going to sit down, you're going to fold one leg across the other. Now, with your elbow, you're going to place a little bit of weight of your body weight onto that knee, and then you're going to lean forward into it. Now, when you're doing that, I will tell you where you're going to feel it. You're going to feel it at the side of your bum and also on your lower back. Now, you can do this in 2 phases. So after you've held it for 10 seconds and you feel the tension easing off a little bit, just push yourself a little bit further forward for another 10 seconds. So, and again, just hold it. There you go. So, and then obviously you're going to do the same thing on the other side. So you're holding the leg across. With this arm, you're going to place it onto that knee, and you're going to put some of your body weight onto it. And again, with your head, you need to try and keep it looking upright. So when you press forward, you're kind of trying to still look forward. And then you're going to feel that right on the outside of basically your bum, and also there's a nice stretch on your lower back. And again, after 10 seconds or so, and you feel that tension easing off a little bit, just press yourself a little bit further forward, keeping that pressure on that knee, and just holding it for 10 seconds. And this is a very good way of alleviating some lower back pain. But if you do actually have back pain, one's always worth talking to your doctor about it, or a physio. But this exercise is often incorporated with physio programs. I certainly use it myself for my own little aches and pains. So there you go, and then you can relax, and that's it for today. So thank you very much for joining me. Just to recap that Monday's class is actually earlier now. It's going to be this Saturday at 11 AM on UK time, midday Spanish time. I will email out a video. I will explain that the class on Monday won't be running, and then we'll be back as normal the following Thursday. Again, got any questions about today, please just drop me a line. And again, general questions on health, fitness, exercise, nutrition. I'm always here to help you. And again, if you want anybody else to come and join in the fun, please just get them to drop me an email to o'brien.gavin@rocketmail.com. So, enjoy the next few days. I hope to see you on Saturday, and then back to the normal schedule, which will be the following Thursday. So until then, take care. Good to see you. Thanks for coming along today. It's good to see some new faces and some people from when I originally did the classes. So until Saturday, see you soon. Bye.